Hello again and welcome back everybody to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC and I want to kick this one off and say welcome to the new subscribers. I think in the last 36 hours we gained about 20, so if you are new, thank you for subscribing and thank you for stopping in and hanging out a little bit for the day. Real quick, I do want to give another thank you for the Orlando Prepper for hanging out with us last night on the Workshop Wednesday live stream. It was a lot of fun. Glad to have him aboard and always good to network and bring on some other people and get some other insight and whatnot. Real good dude, so just want to say thank you again to him. I am going to run down through this list because a lot of these that's kind of in the news is been widely covered, and I don't really want to speak ad nauseum at them, but I do want to make some people aware that maybe are not aware, and then maybe give a little bit of insight on my opinion on some of the stuff. And then we'll chit chat at the end because I know some people just we'll get into the news. All right, so a little bit different format. Let's just get it out of the way right now and do the elephant in the room. So yes, there was cell phone outages all throughout. Now everybody talked about this, okay, and people that went out of their way to make sure that they did special editions and came on at different times than that they normally do. Now the official cause comes out, and they're claiming that the two solar flares that happened is the official narrative. Okay, is it? I don't know. Could it be? I suppose. I'm not a solar expert genius or anything along those lines. It doesn't add up to me, but then again, that just may be my ignorance to where I don't understand fully. But I saw some good arguments on both ways. But then again, I'm sure most of you saw the rumors that everybody's kind of pointing to cyber attacks. Now, just to put my spin, I'm probably guessing a mixture of both. At least that's what I would do. If I was going to do a major cyber attack, one, you don't know if you're going to be able to pull it, off or to what scale you can pull it off. And so if you had some sort of a natural event like a solar flare, one, it would assist you, and two, it would give you plausible deniability of, no, that wasn't us, that was a solar flare. The only thing is, though, is if you didn't see, Israel suffered a very major telecommunications cyber attack. So this one came to where a group of people took credit for it, and they were, again, citing the war that's going on over there between them and Gaza, and saying, if you continue, this is going to be the last of it. So it's very convenient typing that they get hit on telecommunications, come out and fully, this is what happened. It was a cyber attack. People took credit for it, all that. And then hours later, we get something very similar, but they kind of work quickly to say it was not a cyber attack. Again, I would venture to guess it's probably both, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, the big thing, though, is I was like, well, I want to do a little bit of research. Let me see if I can get a little educated. So just before I started to record this video, I saw a person post, hey, if you want to understand solar, go to this website. So I went on there and I started looking into it, and then I saw it spike, and I'm like, wait, what is that? So I kind of went back and forth and talked to some people, and it looks like the two that were hit this morning were, I believe they called it, and don't quote me on this one, okay? I could be off on the morning ones, but I believe they were an X2, and the one that was currently being measured was an X6. So even if you add both of those together, those were an X4. This one's going to be even stronger. So if they're going to completely blame this on solar flares, then we may be getting hit with something. No need to panic or anything like this. Okay, this might have been, if this really was a solar flare incident, this could have been a really good dry run for you. Was you calm? Do you have extra communications? You didn't freak out, things like that. Uh, that's kind of what we should use this for. Now, I know people at my work were affected. I had friends and family that were affected. I did a post on Facebook about it, and I had a bunch of comments of people saying that they were or were not affected. And so here in the rural household, it didn't affect us at all. All the little ones' tablets still work, cable, internet, phones, everything's fine. So again, it's interesting, and that's my thing when it comes to the solar. I don't fully buy it being solar because it seemed like it went targeting like certain newer devices is what I kind of was looking at. It seemed like a lot of people that had kind of some older phones, older software wasn't really affected. It was the newer stuff that was. And then I find it weird that it basically put a lot of people into SOS mode instead of just saying no service. So again, just real odd details. Okay, let's switch gears. So yesterday, when all that was going on, it looked like Israel went ahead and took advantage of it, and they started to fire a couple of shots over into Rafah. Well, it wasn't very long after that. Hezbollah didn't seem to like that, and they answered that with over 20 bombings from them into Israel. So a lot of this is ramping up. There was a meeting between Hezbollah, Iran, Yemen, all that, of some major leaders, and apparently the outcome of that meeting was that they were going to ramp up. Everybody was going to ramp up, which would put it a little bit into this because, Hezbollah just did the 20 shots fired into it. And, CENTCOM came out and said that a U.S. Navy destroyer that is currently in the Red Sea was attacked by 6 drones and 2 ballistic missiles. So it looks like Yemen is stepping up. So it looks like there might be some truth to that. Again, I'm going to point out Yemen is not firing off ballistic missiles, okay? There is somebody else there. They don't have the means, they don't have the resources, they don't have the knowledge, the capability, all that to fire a actual ballistic missile. And if the Navy is being honest, and they're saying that they're identifying this as an actual ballistic missile, somebody gave it to them, and whoever gave it to them is there firing it. Okay, I'm going to die on that rock. But let's move on. So, rumors looks like they have begun to spread that due to some sort of leak or whatever you want to call it, Israel is considering plans to perform airstrikes on Iran's nuclear sites. There was just a lot of talk, a lot of chatter about it, and apparently Iran caught on to it and they took it a little serious, where they released a video shot by a drone as it was kind of flying down a line, showing off all their ballistic missiles. And then at the end, it showed them like firing one of them or whatever. Maybe instead of that being fired inside of Iran, maybe that was them in Yemen firing it off. But that's here or there. And then let's skip into the last one. So Transnistria has come out and said that they would like to rejoin into Russia. This appears to be serious because Putin is supposed to come out pretty soon and make some sort of announcement about that. Moldova is not very happy about it, as today they have come out and threatened that they will take military action if Russia says yes. So, interesting times we live in. And then let's switch over real quick to the U.S. If you guys didn't see this, the Royal Navy had a sub off the coast of Florida, the HMS Vanguard, and it's suffered a pretty embarrassing failure, at least of what they're calling it, where they tried to fire off a Trident missile. This is the second failure in a row. The first time that they tried to launch this specialized Trident missile was, I think, back in like 2016, and it was a big failure. I saw some video on this thing. This thing kind of launched out and then just started going nuts, and then all of a sudden it was almost like an Acme rocket where it just quit and went plop. Um, and there was a lot of brass. There's a lot of military brass sitting there watching this. So I very seriously doubt that they accidentally test fired this thing or something like that. This almost feels like they've got something really wrong. So um, let's see. So next one, and this one got kind of talked about at nauseum as well. So they released the number of the migrants that have come across the border in the last 3 years of 7.2 million that they know about. I've seen numbers anywhere from like 1.2 all the way up to like 3.5 million estimated that they don't know about, which would put it somewhere close or well over 10 million in the last 3 years. Now, if you take that 7.2, that is more than the population of 36 states. So again, 50 states in the U.S., half that's 25, and so you're getting close to 2/3 of the population has come across in the last 3 years, and then there's no signs of slowing down. And what's the White House doing about it? Well, the White House went and announced that they are doing a $1.2 billion student loan cancellation. So good news for you, Mr. and Mrs. Taxpayer. Congratulations. The only thing is if you read into that, it's kind of a sham. It's only for an X amount of money, and you have to be paying on your loan for like 10 years, and it's kind of a sham into it. If you really read into it, they're not just taking this and saying, okay, you don't owe it anymore. Uh, there's some weird stipulations to qualify for it, and yeah, I'm sure a lot of this is just going in the back of somebody's pocket, but yeah, just why not? Let's buy some votes and stuff like that, because we only read headlines, we don't actually read the article. And then we'll go into this one, and then I'm going to talk about one little thing, and then we'll chit chat for a second. So I'm just gonna do this. Normally, I don't like to do this one because I don't know if this one really so-called holds any merit, but this gains a lot of traction into more of the underground sites. So apparently, there's an alleged anonymous source who is into the firearms and ammunition uh, business, uh, and said that here very recently, the DoD, or the Department of Defense, has come in and placed an unusually high purchase of ammunition. And then they are claiming, because of the amount of it, that they are saying that, pretty much in their words, there's going to be an ammo shortage that you will see as early as next month, which, if holds true, it's a week away, so we won't have to wait long to see it. Now, again, that's probably not reason to panic. It would be one of them things that, if you were considering to buy ammo, or if you're going to go buy ammo or something like that, this might be a, hey, maybe pick up an extra box or two just in case. I wouldn't go out and spend a crazy amount of money. I wouldn't empty a bank account or run up a credit card or anything like that, because again, I don't know if this even is even remotely true. Me personally, it's never a bad idea to buy ammo. So this weekend and then over the next week or so, I'll pick up an extra box. It's a great excuse for me to go do it. So and then tomorrow, the White House is supposed to announce more sanctions, which is extremely odd. You would think that they would have done everything they could right off the bat. I don't know why you would be holding on to, you know, potential sanctions and wait this long. It's a very odd play. But the rumor is that they're going to go after aluminum, and so if they do that, that will make aluminum go up, and aluminum's a lot. Okay, you're talking about everything from beer cans and soda cans to car parts, and I mean, there's a lot of stuff that contains aluminum. So, and it won't take very long for those prices to show up. And then, real quick, and I was going to share it, but I don't want to get my hand smacked because I don't know if I'm allowed to share it. But there was a very good, like, two box meme, I guess, if you will, and it showcased a little bit of the resident of the White House where he was, trying to get through a sentence or two and this and that. And then it showcased the Putin interview where he went on this half-hour monologue about the history of Russia. And then in the second one, it went in and it showed where, again, the current resident in the White House was asked about his thoughts about Putin, in which he called him a SOB. And then today they showcased in the other box that Mr. Putin was climbing inside where he took a small little flight on a Russian nuclear bomber. So it's just one of those ones where they were showcasing, here's America's leadership, here's Russia's leadership, and I just found it to be a little bit comical. But then again, I mean, you get what you get. Unfortunately, that's what we as Americans have, so to speak. So, of course, we're going to get made fun of. And it's sad, but hopefully not for much longer. Okay, so let's get off of that. So, real quick, I do want to say that the seed exchange is going on currently. I'm sorry, I have something in my eyeball. And if you want to go back and watch that video, I go through and explain how it works real quick if you want to. And every single video, there is my P.O. box. Gather up whatever seeds that you would like and send it in to the P.O. box. And then you will put a self-addressed stamped envelope in with it. And then about every week, I will go down and collect them all. I will make a list. I will submit the list. If you want something, you email me and say, I want this, 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 things like that. Again, please, we're all adults. Be fair. If you send 10, you can have however many you want up to 10. Okay. You can't send in 2 and ask for 50. But if you or anybody you know is financially struggling, you don't have to do any names. You don't have to do anything. We won't tell anybody your name or anything along those lines. Send it in. We will put together a package. And from the channel, we will send that person or you or whoever a seed package completely free. Okay, we want to make sure that people that are struggling are going to be taken care of. We've already had quite a few people that have done donations. And so, thank you for that. This actually here, some of these Haas seeds were sent in by some subscribers. And so thank you for that. And so that goes into there, as well as we got some other ones where we've got things like cantaloupe and some carrot seeds, as well as some sweet corn and, some other ones or whatnot. So these will go into the donation bin and those will go there. I will be doing a lot more into that bin, as well as I think I've got 1 or 2 other people that have sent me tracking numbers that they're sending in donations. But then we'll see how the seed exchange goes. The seed exchange will go on until I stop getting requests for seeds. And then the rest of it will go to help others that are in need. And then if I stop getting those, we will hold on to the seeds, and then we will do another seed exchange and another help, for others and whatnot. We're going to try and do a lot of things when it comes to donations and helping people. But real quick, I'm going to tease this one thing, and then I'm going to jump off here. We're closing in on 2 kind of milestones. One is going to be the 2,000 subscriber. We're like 70 away, and then we're closing in on 500 videos. I've got some stuff planned on some fun giveaways and different things when we reach those milestones. Currently, I'm having some custom things, some custom kind of one-of-a-kind things I think you guys will really enjoy. And I will make that announcement when we get really close to those milestones. So we got some fun and exciting things. I got some other people that we're going to talk to and some other fun things lined up, but I am closing up my book. You know what that means? That means I am done for this episode. So again, if you made it to this far in the video, guess what? You rock. I appreciate you. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me. We will be back tomorrow, God willing, and we'll do this all over again. So, anyway, I want to say God bless each and every one of you. I hope you guys have an amazing night. I will see you guys tomorrow. And with that, stay tuned. There's definitely more information to come. And say it with me now above everything else. Please remember to remain united because we're all prepping in this together.